Right, I think I need to turn the light off, or no, maybe you can see. You need the light? This is okay? Yeah. All right. Now, just a little bit of vocabulary. I said it the last time, but I think it's worth saying again. The word derivative, what does the word derivative mean? It means the slope of the tangent. Okay? Derivative. And also, for a little bit of notation, okay? Generally speaking, this symbol here means the slope of the secant, whereas this one here means the slope of the tangent. And the way we can go from here to here is by making h go to 0. So the change from a secant to a tangent, that is the change from the slope of the secant to the slope of the tangent, you make the h go to 0. And what was the other symbol we could use instead of h? No, delta x. I do not use delta x because it actually takes longer to write and it makes the expression bigger, and it's not important. Okay, is that okay? Yep. So our first one to do was 1D. So, I want you to calculate the slope of the secant, meaning I do not need you to make h0 at the end. So, we start off by saying f of x equals x minus x cubed. Is that right? Yeah? Yeah. And then f of x plus h, yeah, minus x plus h cubed. And Amjad, what do we use to expand this?
Pascal triangle.
Very good, Amjad. Pascal's triangle. You remember? Yes. So here will be x cubed plus 3x squared h
Minus 3.
plus, I'll leave the minus out for the moment, plus 3x h squared plus h cubed. So that's your fx plus h. And then you can put it into your formula. So the slope of the secant equals fx plus h minus fx. So fx plus h, oh sorry, that should be a minus. Minus, and then at the back is minus x cubed, so plus x cubed all over h. Now I tell you a way to know if you're right or wrong. It should always be the case here for these types of problems that the non-h and the non-h terms should always cancel, leaving you only terms with h in it, because that allows you to do the next step, which is to divide everything by the h. So here you'll get minus 3x squared minus 3x h minus h squared. That is the slope of the secant, and the derivative, that is the slope of the tangent, would be minus 3x squared. You make the h 0. They do not ask you that in the question, so in fact you stop here. Okay, I'll scroll up a little bit. This far? No, that's plenty. You don't need the last line, okay? Yes? No, no minus there. That's x plus h.
Yeah, but I did the 2 to the minus x.
No.
Because I want to
No.
replace.
No.
So
The minus here is not on the x. It's on the x cubed. There's like brackets around the x cubed. The minus is in front of everything. It's not on the x. Do you get what I'm saying?
yeah, so I did it outside the square, the bracket, the minus.
Yes. Whereas here you did it inside,
Yeah,
which
but
is
I
wrong.
got the same answer.
By accident.
Accident.
Jeez. Yes.
Why didn't you make it 6x minus 6x?
Why would I do that?
You wanted the derivative.
But we haven't done derivative yet. I'm only using derivative as a noun, not a verb.
Okay.
I think it's worth saying. When I use the word derivative right now, I'm only using it as a noun, meaning the slope of the tangent. Shortly, we will use derivative as a verb, meaning to differentiate, okay? But for now, no, it's just a noun. Okay? So every time you hear the word derivative, you need to hear a noun, slope of tangent, not a verb. Yes? Here, I use the formula from the last class.
And did you multiply h with...
I divided everything by h. Going from, I can't see, here to here. The h went into all of those three terms on the top. Wait, hold on, hang on. Firstly, Salma, yes?
Is secant already, it's entity
Yes.
already, so we just have to make the zero.
No, not quite. 1 second. What was your question, Mohammed?
Is there something there left?
No. So, just a sec, just to be clear, okay? This here is the slope of the secant, not the slope of the tangent. And I don't actually ask for the slope of the tangent. If you look at the question, I ask you for delta y over delta x, which is secant. And the difference here, do you remember? I think you asked me this in the last class. To make it a tangent, you need to stick this in front of it. But that's not the case for number 1. Yeah. So I put that in as extra, but they don't ask for it here. So we don't want that bit at the end, okay? We just want that bit. All right, what was the next one I said? Okay. So 1 over x. Did I say djk?
Yeah.
But k is a lot like j, so I'm going to change it to djl. Because once I do j, you can do k as well. So I'm going to do j and then I'm going to do l, the square root in it. Yes? Is that okay, Muna? You don't look happy with that. In number 1. Yes? But k is like j, yeah? Alright. Alright, next now. So, 1fx equals 1 over x. Fx plus h equals 1 over x plus h. Yes? So now I use my formula to calculate the slope of the secant. The formula is fx plus h minus fx, all over h. Now don't panic. I know you don't like fractions, but all I do is add these fractions together. And before somebody asks me how to do that, a reminder of elementary school. It makes me sad to hear people writing this down. BD goes here, and then AD plus BC. So you multiply the bottom, and then you do a cross. And it's plus in the middle.
Where are you answering that?
This will be here for a few more seconds and then it's going. Because it's embarrassing for both me and you, okay? It's not embarrassing, alright. And it's sliding away. No, oh, dudes!
And if it's minus, we do minus.
Yes. No, seriously, this is going now. This is going. Alright, so now, combining the top, you get... On the top, you get x plus h times h, and then you do your cross, which is x minus h. X, that's a plus here, yeah?
No, I mean x after.
If you want to write as brackets with a plus, that's fine.
And down and do fraction.
And then here there's a h here too. I've just put these two together.
How did you get?
No, I mean.
Hang on. Oh, let me just... And there's a plus here. Alright, what's your question?
I'm confused.
This multiplies this, and it goes here.
What's x and h?
Not too deep.
Oh,
That's what I was.
dudes. Right, thanks. X. All better? Stephen, make it better now?
Yes.
Okay. Now, are we happy with then? So we're happy with this then. Okay. So let me go down a bit. On the top, you see the x's cancel, and you're left with minus h over x times x plus h. Uh-oh. I just want to get rid of that piece. And then this is all over h. Now there's a little trick here to simplifying this. I think the easiest way to do it, again, back to elementary school, you can think of this as minus h over x times x plus h, divide by h over 1, because this is like h over 1 here. H is just like h over 1. And think back to your elementary school teacher. When you divide by fractions, what do you do? Turn it upside down. So you get minus h over x times x plus h times 1 over h. And then what happens now? They cancel. And you're left with your answer, which would be minus 1 over x times x plus h. Okay, that'd be the answer. And before anybody asks me, I'll zoom out. Yeah, but see, I can't write this small, so I can't continue keeping it like this. Actually, I wonder if there's a button to zoom out. Zoom out is... What's that? Comma. Oh, so I could be typing, and then as it gets bigger, I could go... Oh, I found a new feature that I like. Okay. Now that is the slope of the secant. So although it's not asked for, what would be the slope of the tangent? Be minus 1 over no? X squared. Because the h is 0. Yeah? Yeah? Okay. I'm sorry, Muna. I think I will skip K because it's a lot like J. But L, because the square root is quite different. So I'm going to do L now, square root x. Andy? Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Or you could leave it like that. It's not important. Andy? What? No, it doesn't become x plus h squared. Are we talking about another one?
Yeah.
The next one? K. Do you need to do? Alright, I'll do K.
Just simplify.
I'll do it anyways. Alright, K now. K and L. So, right. Fx equals 1 over x squared. Switch back to black. So fx plus h. Now please do not freak out. I'm doing 2 steps in one because the denominator will be x plus h squared. So rather than writing x plus h squared, I'll immediately write x squared plus 2xh plus h squared. Yeah? No. Just because I skip one little step. No. X plus h squared, which is x squared plus 2xh plus h squared. Alright, now I use my formula. Slope of secant is 1 over x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus 1 over x squared, and rather than writing a big fraction, I'll just write here divide h, rather than writing all over h. It's just more convenient. Again, there are 2 fractions here. So here you have x squared times x squared plus 2xh plus h squared, and then you have x squared minus x squared minus 2xh minus h squared, and then divide h over 1 is multiply 1 over h. The x squareds cancel. H divide h is gone. H squared divide h is h. Okay, so let's see what we have now. That's gone. So on the top I'm left with minus 2x minus h all over x squared times x squared plus 2xh plus h squared. And that's the secant. And just for fun, let's find the derivative. So in the derivative, what would I do? Make h0, and I'd be left with minus 2x over x4. Because they're gone, x squared by x squared, x4. And then if I have an x here and an x4 here, I can cancel that and write that as x cubed. Yeah. So it will be minus 2 over x cubed. Or if you want, minus 2x power minus 3. And for those people who know the rule for derivative as a verb, if you have x to the minus 2, what do you do for those who know it? That comes down in front and then reduced by 1, which is, you can see, the same answer. But don't worry, that's something we'll do later. So I don't want you to write that down. I want you just to keep that part down on the left.
This is not the answer.
What?
Because the thing can be simplified. The answer can be simplified.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm talking to them.
I'm stopping here. Do you need me to zoom in or zoom out? I can do either.
The delta x can be maybe not triangle. The 8.
In fact, that means something slightly different. Sorry.
Is it plus x squared?
Plus x squared? There's no x squared. Where? Here?
No,
Here?
h squared.
Plus h squared, yes.
So sorry, sir. The fraction answer is okay, or you want to try the answers next time?
Huh? Oh no, don't try that. Was that your question? Yeah.
Yes.
It was optional extra.
What do you do minus 2x?
Yeah.
It's x cubed or cubed.
Cubed. Either is fine with me. I don't care. What was your choices? No. What were the two ways you were saying it?
Cubed or cubed?
Yeah. If you're talking to a maths teacher, they'd understand you both ways. I think is fine. Cubed is normally how it's said. In fact, I can't even hear a difference. So for me, I don't care. It's the same, okay? Okay. Now the square root one. Fx, right, Andy? Fx equals square root x. X plus h equals square root x plus h. So now, putting it into the formula, slope of secant equals square root x plus h minus square root x all over h. Now here's the huge problem. It's not entirely, the root. It's not entirely clear how to go ahead and simplify this. Because there's a root. You can't really do much with a root. Yes? Ahmed? Yeah? Everything's okay? Yeah? So you can't do much with a root. But there's a couple of things we can do with roots. Power half, yeah. Any other things we can do? No. Yeah, what's that called? Yeah, something beginning with C. Coefficient? No, good guess. Cosine? No. Anything else? Conjugate, yes. So another thing we know to help us simplifying roots is by multiplying by a conjugate. Although strictly speaking, it's not called a conjugate here because with conjugates you usually only have one root. So it's like a conjugate, although I don't believe it should be called a conjugate. So you multiply above and below by this. Root x plus h minus root x over root x plus h minus root x. Plus. Because it's a minus here. Now, that might seem a bit strange because normally we multiply by a conjugate to get rid of the square root from the denominator. And bizarrely here, it's like we want to get the square root in the denominator. It's almost like going backwards. But anyways, let's see what happens. I'm going to multiply out the top. But I know straight away that the middle terms will cancel. So I won't even bother writing down the middle terms. So I'll just go straight to x plus h minus x. Because roots cancel when they multiply. Root x by root x is x. On the bottom, it stays the same. The x's cancel. Yes? And h over h is 1. And in fact, this is the answer. The answer is 1 over root x plus h plus root x. And again, the next part is optional. If I wanted now the tangent, I make h0, and if I make h0, what would I get?
1 over
1 over 2 root x, because give me a moment. Root x plus root x. What's wrong? Plus, not by, plus. Okay, I will do now 2a. In fact, 2 is the same as 1. The only difference is in 2 is that you do make the h0 at the end. So there's just one extra step. So 2a now. Fx equals 5. Now, fx plus h.
5 plus h.
5x plus
Did someone say error?
0. Nothing.
Nothing? 0? No? No? What is it? Yeah. 5 plus h, no, we said that's wrong. 0, no. And nobody has volunteered infinity as an answer yet. Anybody? No. Infinity? Oh, and 1 as well, that's another good one to guess as well. Pi, maybe? Pi, power 0 over infinity? It's 5. Now, why is it 5? Well, if you just think for a moment, does this have any x in it? Kind of. Wait, hold on. Does this have any x in it? No. So you could say, if you really want to force an x into it, you could say it's 5 plus 0x. If you wanted to force an x in it. So then this would be 5 plus 0 bracket x plus h. Gone. Anyways, it's 0. Point being, it's 5 also. Yes?
Did you say 5?
Power 0. Yes. Also. You could have also said 5x power 0, which would be 5 then x plus h power 0, which also is just 5. Anyways, that aside, we can use our formula now. So it would be fx plus h, which is 5, minus 5 over h, which is 0. So in other words, there it is, dy dx is 0. And again, those who have done calculus, derivative, verb, you know that the derivative of a constant is 0. Okay. What I'd like, I'm not going to do B and C because they are the same as 1D. Okay? So what I would like you to do before we start the new topic, I'd like you to try number 3. And the only difference in number 3 is that instead of numbers, you have A, B, C. And instead of 1x, you have 3 of them. Well, 2 of them. So your fx plus h would be a x plus h squared plus b x plus h plus c. So have a look at 3. Yes?
You said that's not going to come in the exam?
No, but it's very, very good practice for this technique because it's the right type of length, you know. No, I'm going to stop talking now. Yes, please do number 3.
Even 4, right?
Correct.
Like it's not. I know I put that head.
Yeah, no.
You said it's in.
We don't have, I mean, I could have deleted them from the workbook. I just included them. So who knows? Maybe the next time I print it, I'll delete it. You'd need 1 and 2 for the exam. I would like you to do 3 as practice.
For 4.
No, for 1 and 2. Because number 3... Yes. Just chill. Just do number 3. Alright?